Hey everybody, it's Amalia here with your Wonder Wednesday message. And one thing that's been coming up quite a lot for me lately, and with this all of the talk that I have about astrology and moon cycles and all of the energy that's around us, the cosmos, what I find so interesting is that my work and my philosophy about this is so defined by these spiritual sciences, these systems. And at the same time, I don't feel like I am the definitions of these spiritual systems. And so let me expand on that a little bit so that it makes more sense. Because as I hear myself saying it, it's like everyone's probably confused. So I'm a Leo sun in the tropical system. And I resonate with that. I'm a very fiery person. I'm fairly bold. People call me strong and courageous. I don't mind being in the spotlight. I can stand on a stage. All of those things that a lot of people really connect with a Leo. And at the same time, there are times when I am not Leo at all, where I really want to just come into my own space and cocoon, that I feel really shy and I don't want to talk to people. I'm really scared and not at all courageous or strong. And there are times when I'm absolutely not bold and do not want to be on a stage. The last thing I want is for people to be looking at me or listening to me or asking me anything. And so I think there is the duality of all of these different parts of ourselves. And we are not our sun sign, we're not our moon sign, we're a combination of all these things and none of these things at the same time. The cosmos and all the planets and all these energies around us are constantly changing and moving. So we are constantly changing. The energy that we feel and we experience and that we engage with is constantly changing. And if we're around people, their energy affects us, which will then create change within us and how we engage and how we interact. So while these pieces of information about us and these pieces of information about the cosmos and how it relates to us or affects us are valuable and important for us to have support if something is maybe a little bumpy in our life or we feel like we need to be on solid ground, it's really helpful to have these tethers, to have these places where we can hold on to and feel like we can get our feet underneath us again. And at the same time, it's important in my opinion, to recognize that we have so much more power than we think we do. So the cosmos, the energy of the cosmos, the energy of the planets, it's extremely powerful. But we are equally as powerful in that what we believe, what we determine is important to us, what we create and co-create with the energies around us are really powerful. So let me give you an example. I recently had an aspect in my natal chart that had Uranus was conjunct, my Uranus in my natal chart was conjunct transiting Uranus, which basically means that Uranus moving in the sky, in the cosmos, was coming to the same point where Uranus was when I was born. And that can be very uncomfortable because you're in a place where there's change, well, no question. Like your life the way it was isn't going to remain that way. There's surprises and nothing feels stable or solid. And there's a lot of this mental energy and you can get lost and caught in your mind, and your mind can play tricks on you. And so it's a really challenging time. So when I learned this, I felt a little bit of ease because I understood what I was feeling, but I also felt a little uneasy, actually a lot uneasy, because I didn't know what to do with that. And I kept waiting for like, oh my gosh, when is the next surprise going to happen? Or, oh my gosh, when is the next thing going to happen? That I couldn't feel settled. I couldn't find that place of like, okay, take a breath. Everything is fine. Everything is working out for you, which is the place where I normally live, the place where I'm normally in. So what I discovered, and my mentor really helped anchor this in for me, is that those energies that are around us that are very powerful don't have to define us or our experience. So there are things that we can do to offset it if we are feeling a connection to it, and we can put our energy towards a resolution, a solution, or a remedy. So for instance, for me, I turned that around in the form of transformation. So some of you may have noticed in some of my videos, I have this butterfly necklace. I'm not wearing it today. I have a lotus that I wear pretty much every single day, but every now and then I'll switch it up. And I have this butterfly necklace that when I wear it, it reminds me, and a butterfly ring that I wear every day, that reminds me of my transformation and the metamorphosis that takes place every single day in some way, that there's always change, and the change is always leading me to something that is more closely aligned and connected to who I am on a soul level. And so it's so powerful to know that you have power and that you have choice and that you can co-create with the energy of the universe. It's not an either or, and it's not a situation where it defines you or it makes things happen. You can also make things happen, and you can also protect yourself, and you can also create things. And so by wearing that butterfly necklace, I was saying, okay, Uranus, I'm ready for change. I understand that this is a metamorphosis, and I understand it might be uncomfortable, but I know that on the other side, I'll be this brilliant butterfly. And it didn't feel quite as heavy as it did before, where it was like, oh my God, there's so much change. I don't know what's going on. And there's always these surprises, and it's going to be so hard. I really just shifted how I engage with the energy, and that made it so much easier. So I wonder if with you right now in your life, are there any areas for you that might be feeling a little challenging or a little bit difficult, where you can maybe take a little bit of the energy off of that thing and bring that energy and that power to you? So instead of giving your power to whatever it is, that thing outside of you, recognize you have the power inside of you to create change on the outside, and not be ruled by outside voices or outside stories or the old stories that we continuously tell ourselves. Recognize that we have co-creative power here, that we are the gods and goddesses of our own destiny, and we can create the life of our dreams. We can create the circumstances and situations that we really want to have in our lives. And sometimes the circumstances and situations that we bring into our life aren't comfortable and we don't enjoy them, but they're part of a bigger picture that we don't quite see yet. Just like all of the Uranian energy that I was feeling and experiencing led me to look for solutions that I didn't necessarily see before, which has opened up all of these opportunities that I didn't know were there. And now I'm like, yeah, all right, Uranus, bring it. This is fantastic. I love these surprises, because these surprises are opening doors that they were there. I just didn't see them there. But the energy that was pushing me outside of my comfort zone allowed me to open myself up to the possibilities, but I felt empowered. I felt like I had some stake in the game and that I was part of that process. So I would love to hear from you. What's coming up for you? Are you able to play and dance with this? Let me know. And if you see this, whenever you see this, allow a few days to go by, or maybe a week. And then I invite you, please, would love it if you would come back and comment here and let us know how it goes. Because as I always say, we learn from one another. So please do share your story and share with someone you think may benefit from this Wonder Wednesday message for today. All right, I will see you here on Friday for Flower Friday. So bye for now.